I am Gerald Mastalone. I'm a current junior here at Boston College, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm here to talk today about Labre. So my first encounter with Labre it actually started at my high school, St. Ignatius High School in Cleveland, Ohio, by a man named Jim Skrull, who has now passed away. But he wanted to give students the opportunity to build relationships with the homeless population of Cleveland, and not just a service that's kind of based on handing out resources, but really finding the humanity in other people. So here at BC, I wanted to do something very similar, where I just give students the opportunity to go out, explore Boston in a new light, and form relationships with those who don't have a house right now, who are just kind of living on the streets, and encounter them in a new way, and just be able to talk to humans in a way that hasn't really been possible in the past couple of years. So a typical outing will usually start around 5:30, kind of meet at a central location, put together the resources that we need, whether it's clothes, ponchos, hand warmers, different food and snack items, water, and then we'll kind of get together, we'll take the T, go into the city of Boston, walk around, and it's really just as natural as it can be, just trying to start up conversations. Start with the simple stuff, how's your day going, how's the week been going, how do you like the weather so far, have you been in Boston all your life? Really just kind of get to know people from the start, just build relationships with a human any other way that you would. So we're usually out for about an hour, hour and a half, and then we'll take the T back into Boston. And all the time, there's going to be this kind of reflection component. So we'll start kind of with a gospel reading, though it's open to all faiths, anyone of any backgrounds. But just center yourself in finding the humanity in others. And then we'll come back and kind of talk to each other just about what that means. And it's important to understand what you got out of the experience, not only from the emotions, but what expectations you had going into it, and then what you got out of it at the end. So my goal is to really have a program that will allow anyone from any background to experience this type of relationship building in Boston, and hopefully just share the message that even if someone's homeless, it's still a human, someone that you can talk to, and to take those experiences forward into life and use them in a bunch of different ways. And then my goal for those that I get to encounter every week is just to let them know that someone's on their side, kind of be a push factor for them to know that there's someone out there rooting for them, and someone out there who at the end of the day will sit down and listen to whatever they have to say and whatever they're going through. Just to be a friend, really. So the cool thing about it is, I go out every week, but as much as I want to tell someone what it's going to be like, every single week is a different experience. Someone could be going through the worst week of their life, and to just kind of sit down and, ask them how it's going could really mean a lot to them, and just using their name in conversation can totally change the tide of what they're dealing with. Or someone could, be telling me, they've been on the streets for years and they're finally getting an apartment that they get to live in, and they just want to share that good news with someone, and anything and everything in between. So I feel like the conversation is always well received, but for me too, it makes me really happy to be able to go out and just form relationships, especially after a couple of years of just being kind of closed up with everything that's going on. And if I'm being honest, it really does feel good to know that there are people out there who normally won't get to talk to anyone, who kind of get to have an opportunity to just have someone to reach out to. So that's why I'm hoping to really get to share this with other people, so that I can do the best job that I can to make sure that no one goes left unnoticed.